Hey there, beloved Ascension pioneers. Today I would like to take a moment to talk about the universal mind and heart of God, Goddess of all that is. I don't know, yesterday I think I saw this Mayan priest or this elder spoke about this, and it's true. They say it's about the conclusion of 26,000-year-old cycle, which I mention a lot of the times as well, and it's true, the cycles within the cycles within the cycles of time are coming to a conclusion, and not just a conclusion because every conclusion brings a new beginning, but basically what all the ancients have been telling us, that we don't need to control anything, we don't need to really take care of the outcome, all we need to do is surrender and once again tap into the universal energy of all. And I oftentimes speak about this, that not a lot of the people who are in this dense 3D system really tap into the source at all. They have completely disconnected from it. There's a lot of people, of course, on the other side of the equation. There is no separation in this because it is a part of the integral process, because each and every soul is needed and it is there that it is on their own path. And when we see it from a higher perspective, we will literally see the perfection of this, how we each play these games. It's there. The outcome of everything needs to be exactly done as it's being, co-created now along this divine plan of perfection, and how all things really, really matter. A lot of the times we still feel that separation and say, well, not everyone is in our source space, not everyone is where we are. But I just had this session with a person today, and I was telling her about the importance of not really feeling the separation between us and them. We might get a feeling of that because a lot of us who came here as volunteer souls, when we were little children, we felt this sensitivity, and that is what we were talking about. So a lot of these children are experiencing immense love within us. We were just immense bubbles of love, sharing, very creative as little children already. I remember when my mom used to tell me how I was always alone in the room playing with my toys, but it appeared to be like 10 children there, because it was all me, like playing different roles and being so creative with myself. And I was always like this. And there was this period when I closed off because kids were so mean, and it's all written in my Tiny Awakening biography on my webpage. You can read about that. And it's a lot of us who come here as very sensitive souls who only wish to come here and be love and assist and show others the mirror of who they truly are, because there's others and a lot of people who have forgotten of their true source nature, and that they're also love, and that we're all love and all one. So might have felt this, very sensitive as children, and a lot of the souls have experienced what we have discovered today in the session, kind of like a blockage. A lot of the souls were experiencing like different energies. When they become aware enough, they were like, oh my God, not everyone is that love. Not everyone is the same as me. So they might have gone, they withdrew from their physical reality. A lot of the children became very quiet and shy as opposed to how they were when they were little, because there's this time frame when a child is very open, and then there's a certain period, I think it's after 6 years of age, that when a child gets all the patterns, everything that's around them, it starts, inhaling them, like really, since through their sensitivity, they start feeling this and kind of take these energies upon themselves. That's when a lot of the young ones might close off. So especially now with the young children, it's very important that they have conscious parents that will help them, in this world, because these new souls come as very enlightened, very highly energized vibrational beings who might not always like this density. And it was like this for me. At a certain point, I closed off. So what happens then? When you kind of close your channels, for instance, I had this person in a session. She told me today that when she was very young and on a bus, she felt like she wanted to go out of her body. And we kind of came to the conclusion, we kind of helped her to solve this, that, she said, this feels, I still experience that when I'm driving, sometimes this pull. And she said she's very uncomfortable to meditate. And we decided, not decided, but Spirit showed that in the truth, it was revealed that as a little child, she felt this, we might have feel that when we were very sensitive, we were not always aware of everything that was going on. Now we're in a different stage of our awakening. We sense things, we see what's going on. That's why we can be like an adult, like a parent to that inner child that might have had these wounds, and we need to deal with it now. And we need to talk to our inner child, and we need to tell them that it's okay. No matter what we've experienced before and prior, it's okay now. So what happened with a lot of the people who are the sensitive ones, they might not always feel this world as very nice world. It was often very hostile environment. So a lot of the children close off and even experience like soul fractions. So whenever there's fear, this trauma created, what you perceive now as trauma and how the child perceives trauma, it's very different. A child might get traumatized by something that you would consider something very minor, because now you're an adult. Now you're dealing with things differently. Your life you've gained a lot of experience through your life. And that's why you can be now like a conscious parent to your inner child. You can teach it, and you can embrace the totality of your inner child, of your inner mother, of your inner God, Goddess, whatever, all of the Trinity within you, the mother, father, and the child. That's what we're doing right now in this healing process. So when we experience, if we do, these traumas, when our body literally our light body kind of leaves our physical body because it's just too much. It feels too dense, or it feels too much in a sense of not always dealing with the environment and with the energies of others that do not match our own frequency. Then we might feel that when we were not there yet and the understanding was not yet developed, a lot of soul experienced these soul fragments, and now we're calling them back. So you can do, if you feel that as well, that you have some blockages in a certain area, you can do that as well. You can invoke your soul essences to come back at you. For instance, I recommended this to the person I was flowing with today, that you can actually always invoke these essences. For instance, prior to going to bed, because in the middle of the night when you're working on your higher dimensional fields, the work is even intensified. So you can invoke your essences. You can say, soul, I call upon all the essences of my soul to return to me now. I'm ready. I fully have the high understanding now, and I'm ready to accept and embrace, and I call forth all my soul essences to come back into my presence right here and now, and let all the soul essences return to me, and I'm whole and complete. I am that I am. So something similar you can say to yourself. This is a very important aspect because we're becoming whole, and in the path of ascension, no part should be missing. We're whole, and this is like a tuning to a certain level of your consciousness, and you're calling it forth. You can imagine it like that. And then with the one we had a session with, we did a short light activation. It was kind of like a meditation and embracing that part of you, which back then might have didn't understand, didn't see the whole picture. So part of it was like vibrating away. And now what we choose our essence to fully come back in our body. We choose it to be fully embodied. Even those people who want to constantly astral travel and project somewhere else, the path of ascension is actually the path of the heart. There is no other way that through the heart, and the heart merges your physical and your spiritual. So what is happening in our awakening, for instance, the sensitive children, and all the children basically, when you come to this planet, you're fully aware, you're fully open, you have your gifts, you see energies. You don't remember that consciously now that you're an adult, but you had that open, you were a full channel. But then a certain period in time frame came and you closed that off, and we all closed it off. And when then our awakening began, what started happening is we started grounding in our mature sense these abilities, and we started remembering who we truly are. And that aspect of us, which is like the parent, can now assist the inner child and integrate both and call forth all the essences. If some of these soul fragments might have left us in a certain, they never leave us because it's all one. But we want to have our vibration claimed fully. We want to be whole, like I say. We want to claim the fullness of our vibration. And what is happening now, a lot of the people also say, oh, but I can't be fully me because of the environment that I'm in. There's a lot of density there where I work, the people that I associate with. And that's no more an excuse, because only we are consciously responsible for all of our bodies, for our inner power, for our empowerment. And that's why no more finger pointing, no more saying, oh, this is that person's fault, because around them, I cannot be the full me. There is no more time for that, beloved Ascension Pioneers. Only we have to bring that power back, because once we remember that all is love and that everything is interconnected with the one vibrational energy, which is love, living one vibrational energy, we have that full understanding and passion, even for those who might not be at our own level of vibration. And when we do no longer feel that separation, we will be able to express ourselves fully, no matter what the outer circumstances, no matter what the people and situations in our lives will show us. So it's not about others, it's always about us. When we are empowered enough, we know that we can fully love ourselves and allow ourselves to shine wherever we are, with whomever we talk to or associate with. So it's really time for full empowerment, for full polishing of your diamond. Each of us has a beautiful diamond core in between us. There is one universal divine mind and heart for all of us. We need to tune into that, and we cannot do that if we are not whole and integrated, because divine mind and heart is what keeps in flow all this creation. It's what's the source essence of everything and everyone. And only when we tune into that, like the Mayan elder said yesterday, when we really tune into the universal energy once again, we will make our society, we will make everything in the physical world flow with that one universal mind and heart. And it's always about the merging of mind and the heart. There is not just, the path of ascension is through the heart, but through the heart you manage both polarities. You merge both polarities. So it's always the universal mind, the Father, and the heart, the Mother. And you get all creation, which is birthed through divine love, through the womb of the mother. But there is no, womb, there is no creation without the seed of the Father as well. So when we learn to integrate both polarities, the mind and the heart, and our inner feminine and masculine, we are just full us. We are full shiny diamond as to how we were truly created in the beginning anyway. And I was just watching this beautiful song, the video that was shared by a friend today. It was about love, and there was this video clip from the movie Twilight, I think. Twilight Saga. It's really funny. I didn't watch that movie. I've seen the first part, I think, years ago. But it was about the wedding of the two, and I kind of saw this. I kind of got this guidance. As you know, he's a vampire and she's not, but they're always bound together by this eternal love, something like this glue keeps drawing them together always and forever. And I'm thinking, this is probably kind of like a beautiful comparison, beautiful metaphor, what is truly happening when light meets the dark, and when everything embraces everything. When light embraces the shadow, and when shadow embraces the light, we get a beautiful source energy of one, which is the essence of divine love, which is all. It's not just about the light, it's not just about a shadow. There are fractions of creation that really make life what it is, really give meaning to every single thing that exists within creation. So I was thinking of this metaphor like a beautiful spiritual, kind of like a metaphor of what is going on. We are each experiencing divine reunions, divine marriages within us. But in order for that to happen, and for us to be fully tuned into the universal mind and heart of our source, of all that is, we need to call back all the aspects of ourselves, all the fractions, and peel off all the layers of the onion to really discover that beautiful diamond. Well, this is not a diamond, but still, it's there within us. And we are each that beautiful core. So there was just a short message about this. I'll make more videos on several topics that people want me to address. And have patience with me, because right now I need a bit of more time just for me. And I will flow with my new creativity and creations. That's how I'll be guided to by spirit. But I was really surprised today, because the person was really satisfied that the right thing came through. And it's true, when you trust spirit, when you trust your guidance, when you trust those subtle nudges, you will see that everything will become revealed. And you are being guided, you are being divinely guided. And we are in this process of becoming whole and complete, and once again living that one vibrational energy here on earth, and restoring all life back to perfection as to how it was originally planted. But of course, there were some lessons humanity needed to learn along the way. It's how it is in the evolution of souls. Anyway, trust you are where you need to be, and you can trust that as well. And I'm sending you much love and blessings, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.